Hello. Today what I'm going to show you is my ultimate furnace sorting machine. Uh, is this thing. I'll explain all the pieces and possibly a possible problem I'm having or could have. I may have solved. If not, I have an idea to solve it. I'm going to show all that. This is going to change. This is just for testing. I'm going to connect all of this to a rail system that will feed out here through this tunnel that leads to this big huge tower in the background here that they are building. It's a huge building that's about halfway to where it's going to be. It's going to be twice that tall, so you can imagine I'm going to have to look pretty much straight up to see the top of it, so that'll be cool. So what I'm building is a furnace that is going to make the massive amount of stone needed to make the stone bricks for this building back here, and it's going to feed through this tunnel to their build site so that they don't have to smelt any of their cobblestone anymore. So that's what this started out as, and I've decided just to go uber crazy with it. So as you can see, I've got down here a bunch of furnaces set up, all with hoppers. They feed into a minecart with a hopper, and it feeds into a hopper connected to a chest which has some stone that I've gotten done with and I don't have room to put anymore. So I'll go up here and explain it backwards, I guess. So the furnaces are fed by hoppers. The one on top is always the source material, whether it be cobblestone, gold, iron, whatever. And on this side will always be coal or blaze rod. On this side is going to only be charcoal. And back here we have hopper system that filters all the material. So I'll explain that part forwards, I guess that'll be easiest, but the train part is easy to understand. This goes back and forth over the hoppers. It receives material from the filter system. I'll go and explain the filter system now. Oops. Okay, as you can see, here's the filter system circuit. Right here is what I call a stopper. That is powered by this light right here, and when it has power it will not send through any material at all, so that's why I call it a stopper. That is going to be inverted by this repeater from this block, what the heck, from this block up here, which is fed by a comparator which is attached to the hopper above the stopper. That hopper is actually a filter. Look in here. So this one is going to filter iron. Whenever the hopper gets 22, it has a signal of 1. From 21 to 22, it has a 1 output signal. Once it gets 23 and above, it will output 2, which will set the system off, which will make this go out, which will make this turn on, which means any extra iron that this has received, because it only receives in the first slot first and then going to the right, so it has 64 minus 18 open of iron that it's going to take before it takes any stone. So it's going to take a couple of iron and it's going to say, hey, I've got iron, and this is going to turn off, and that is going to let this feed through and feed that, which I call the supply line, to the furnace. And all of the ones connected afterwards, because this is tileable, each feed into the main supply line which feeds the furnace. So back here, this is the source material strip. I have iron on this side and I have cobblestone on this side. They're exactly the same. Up above, this line right here feeds both those hoppers for each side. That's the main supply line of source materials before it's sorted to go to the furnace. So up here is where out here. So up here is where you put in your source material, your raw material, whatever, into this, and it will feed into here, around the back, all the way around, so it covers all of the sorting hoppers through the system. So that first slot over here that I was first on, this one is my wood system. This is each of the 4 types of wood: jungle, spruce, whatever the other 2 are, I can't remember right now. And that is a separate system from the opposite side over the channel here, which is the fuel side too, but that side is blaze rod and coal right now. Looks like I have a third. I can't remember what the third is. Oh, charcoal. It will eventually take the charcoal that the system makes and overflows, because there is a problem with that too, back into the system, or if anybody feeds charcoal in the system, it'll get used instead of just getting kicked out the back over there. Because let's see. So let me just explain the system, or what will happen if you walk up here. You've got material.